Hey guys, long time no see. I know it's been quite a while. It's been a lot going on just in my life that really didn't have anything to do with business. I don't know if I showed my YouTube, my new collection. Hopefully it's not backwards, but this is my dress. I'm dropping these on Saturday. So excited. So this is what I'm wearing right now. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I've been doing just a lot of personal things. I traveled. I'm from Washington State. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I went to Washington State for a little bit for my aunt's wedding and just been doing some things, you feel me, that I didn't really know if you guys wanted like vlogged, if that makes sense, because all of my content is pretty much business things. So yeah, it didn't really fit the business vibes because like not everything I do every day is all business. I'm gonna set you guys up just so it's more stable. But yesterday, or the day before yesterday, because I got my hair done, it took all day, but I love my hair. All I did was drop off some packages, and it's a little personal, not personal, this is like a little update. I've just been really focusing on like my gut health and obviously like my mental health as well. So I've been trying more nutrient rich foods like avocados. I love veggies, so I got a whole bunch of veggies and stuff. Not that I don't normally eat vegetables, I always try to incorporate veggies with my meals, but lately I just haven't been feeling super energized, and just sometimes meat, you know, like when you eat chicken and it just tastes like chicken, that bugs me. It really just makes me go on like a meatless week, like where I don't eat meat type of thing. So, but I'm still also slowly in my weight gain journey. I want to gain a little more weight, so trying to incorporate not eating meat but also focusing on gaining weight, a little tricky, but yeah, I just been focusing on my physical health and obviously like my mental health. I just got monetized on YouTube, so that's super exciting. I think it takes like a few weeks for them to like approve you after you apply, but nonetheless, I'm excited. My house is kind of a little messy right now, but we'll get that together. But anyways, I say all that to say, I don't know if you guys really want to see more of my personal journey and my personal like lifestyle. I think it would make it a lot easier if I did vlog like my personal stuff rather than just when I have a bulk order or when it's drop day. Because if I'm honest, I don't drop every single weekend. Like I drop once a month. I'm shooting for twice a month, which I did in the summer, but now I'm back to like once a month. And every single time I post, I don't want it to be only when I have a drop or only when I have like my bulk order coming, because like I said, I'm getting a fulfillment team, so I'm not gonna have that content for you guys. I'm not gonna I might have packaging videos here and there, but overall for like big bulks and shipments and stuff, I'm not gonna have that. In order for me to be consistent, let me know what you guys want me to do. If you guys are interested in seeing more of like just me and what I do on a daily basis and stuff like that, because not everything is business centered and focused every single day. Or it might be like a little part of my day, like I might go pick up my business cards and that's like it. So just let me know. Anyways, I'm just talking, but today is gonna be a mistakes I wish I avoided 2024 edition, as like my first year as a business owner. I still have like 5-6 months to go. I think it's like more like 5. I still have a ways to go before I made it to a year of being a business owner, but there's a lot of mistakes I made and I kind of just want to share that with you guys. I need to get my iPad real quick. Okay, I wrote them down on my iPad, but I also just want to emphasize some things as well. First things first that I want to say, mental health, and obviously, not obviously, but I feel like for me, owning a business, it can sometimes like put a strain on my mental health or your mental health for a lot of reasons. You can be comparing your brand to other brands, which is not recommended. Mental health is super important when you are owning a brand. it is, well, in general, but I know it can take a toll on you. When you do own a brand, there's a lot of things that go into having a clothing brand. It's not all sunny and rainbows, and drop days are fun to see how much work you put in, and even making content can be really fun if you're meeting new people, doing new things. I think it's exciting, but sometimes it can take a toll on your mental health. Always on the go. I think it's important to take breaks. I personally haven't traveled this year. I'm not used to going a full year without going somewhere. I know I just said I went to Washington. I don't count traveling back to my hometown as traveling necessarily, but I am planning a trip soon. I just need it, like it's just important to get time for yourself. I think the difficulty with owning a business or just being an entrepreneur is you don't really ever clock out like you would a 9-to-5 job, for example. I know for me, I am constantly thinking about my brand. I'm constantly thinking about my business and how I can be better. And even when I'm ready to unwind at night, that's when I have to talk to manufacturers. So it's kind of like almost an all-day thing where you're not exactly done, because even when let's say you drop and you fulfill everyone's orders and you ship everything out, there's like definitely a moment where you're like, oh, you feel relieved, but it's like what's next is almost always the next thought process. Like I was saying, mental health, and obviously also being grateful for everything. Sometimes you can get caught up in everything, and I think taking a time out your day or your week or whatever and being grateful. For me, I thank God all the time, and I show that in different ways that I just keep to myself or my close people. But I think it's important that you guys remember to just show grace or show that you're grateful, and just always remember that your struggles are important and they are your struggles, but there's other things that are going on in the world that you would probably be happy that this is what you're struggling with. Like I know I complain sometimes about DHL and annoyances I get with duty fees and how long they take, and customs. Like my stuff will be in customs every time I get a bulk order, but at least those are my problems and not other things, if that makes sense. So just looking at the bright side of things, but also remembering that you still need a break. You need to take a mental break. Focusing on your physical health can also affect your mental health. It all is like a little loop. It all kind of connects together. So be healthy, what you put in your body, drink a lot of water, basic things that we need as humans, but also, to get your brain flowing and ideas and creativity. Just make sure you're doing what you need to do physically. Don't neglect your bodies. I know, like when I do bulk orders, when I was packaging, I wouldn't eat until I was done. And sometimes it would take 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. I wouldn't have a meal. Like that's not good. It definitely took a toll on my mental health, which is a big reason why I wanted a fulfillment team, because I just felt like it was doing too much for me. Even though it would happen maybe once or twice a month, bulk orders, it was still a lot, and I just didn't want, and I live in a high-rise apartment, like it's a lot that goes into it. Even just getting it from here to my car and from my car to the post office, like that's a whole thing in itself. But packaging it, not eating, dehydrated, everything, it's just, I was in a bad mood. Like I never had fun doing it. So yeah, but just take care of you guys. Take care of your body and your mental health. Another tip is to treat, or mistakes that I've made. Another mistake is to treat your business like it's a business. I know I really try to help all of my customers. My customers are the number one important thing. But when I have a policy in place, sometimes it can be a little tricky because you just never know. You never know what's really going on. And a policy is a policy for a reason. And I don't like to seem like I'm being mean and all this stuff, but really a policy is really for my organization. If I say I cannot do an exchange or return for a certain product or for any of my products on my store, it's for a reason. Normally it can be monetary reasons, like money wise, the cost, but it could also be logistically, like getting packages, sometimes they get lost when they get returned, and it's just a lot of stuff. Sometimes they don't get delivered at all, and I still have to return things. I don't get the return item, but they still want a new item or their money back, and it's like, well, I just wasted a product because I don't have it, you don't have it, and now we're just looking at each other So I have policies for a reason. Also, another policy that I have that kind of I really have to stick to and treat my business as a business that I've kind of messed up in the past, but it's an item says that it's delivered. I no longer can do anything about it, and sometimes customers will say, well, I never got it. My number one thing that I put in my policy is to make sure you message or call your local USPS or UPS, whatever it got shipped through. Make sure you call them. It's really hard for us to know what's legitimate and what's not. Like if it says it's delivered to you, the address you provided, I know it sounds like it sucks, but there's really not much that I can do. And a lot of bigger brands also have a policy like this, but treating your business as a business, because at the end of the day, you are a business owner. You don't want to treat things as if you guys are all just buddy friends and yeah, you can do this, yeah, you can do that, because you're gonna stress yourself out. I stress myself out so many times accepting exchanges and returns for a couple of situations, which yeah, look at it case by case, but there's times where I just have to be firm and stick to my policies, because me trying to be too nice really gets me like messed up and unorganized. So treat your business as a business. Be nice to everybody. Yes, customer service is super important, but you have to put your business first and your mental health and all that first, especially if you're doing it by yourself. So yeah. Number 3, organization. I have a trouble with this sometimes, just being organized. I've gotten a lot better actually now. I get my samples months in advance, so even if it is July, I have my sample for August and September normally. So keeping yourself organized, super important if you're a brand owner. While we're on the topic of samples, another mistake I've made is getting a sample without asking how much it costs in the bulk order. That's super important. You don't want to get a sample, love the sample whole time, like this dress could cost $50 to make. Oh, then I'm not gonna purchase from you guys. Like, don't get the sample then ask how much it's gonna cost. Make sure you ask that before they make the sample, because that's super important information. It's your whole entire bulk order. You need to know how much things cost. You don't want to get something, love it, and then have to not sell it because it costs $50 to make. That means you're gonna have to sell it for like $150. Like you're gonna have to sell it for a lot to get your money back, and if that's not something you're interested in, I wouldn't do it. I don't know what number I'm on, but I'm gonna just keep going. Financial tracking, business bank accounts, and taxes. Here's what I will say. Get a business bank account as soon as you see a profit in your brand. If you're trying to get a loan or business credit card, you need to have a business bank account. At least that's what I've been kind of told. There might be a way that you can get it without it, but it makes the things a lot easier. But really why you need a business bank account is to keep track of your business expenses versus your personal expenses. I know when it comes to tax season, you want to have those kind of separated, so it's just easier to see what you're spending on your business versus what's your like personal assets and stuff, your personal profits. Another thing is filing like your LLC right away, or right when you see a profit, I would say. Figuring out if you need an LLC or S Corp. An S Corp, really short, because I don't want to get too much into this, but an S Corp, pretty much you're getting payroll tax, not so much SE tax, which is self-employment tax. If you have an LLC and let's say you make $100,000 for the year with your clothing brand and profit, you're gonna get taxed on that $100,000, which is not fun. If you have an S Corp, and you make $100,000 with your brand, you can payroll or pay yourself $60K, put $40K in your business, and now you're only getting taxed for that $60K or whatever you paid yourself. Just knowing the difference in those and just doing it like correctly to get the least amount of taxes taken out, like legally, that is important as well. Don't make a mistake. I know a lot of business owners, I've seen a lot of brand owners that haven't even filed the taxes, and they've had their brand for like 3-4 years. That's kind of scary. You want to make sure that you're on top of those things. Don't just think that taxes don't exist and that you can keep everything you make, because unfortunately that's just not reality. My next mistake I've made as a business owner, or I would avoid, is putting out products you're not proud of. When I first started my brand, I had 4 sets, fold over long sleeve sets. Absolutely loved them. But the problem was I had a pink set that I wanted, and my manufacturer sent me the sample, It was a completely different material, felt really rough, felt really weird. It was not as soft and flowy as my other 3 sets. So I was like, what's going on? She said, well, you wanted this color, so this is what we can make it. It really irritated me because she didn't tell me the difference in the quality or the difference in the material. That was red flag number 1 with this manufacturer. I was just really upset, and it was super late. I was already promoting the other 3 sets. This was kind of like a surprise before my drop sort of thing. I should have never sold a product that I'm not super proud of. I will say, if anyone had any issues with the pink or emailed me and said, oh, this, that, or ripped or whatever, I like either refunded them or let them exchange it for a bigger size, a different color for that specific product, just because I myself wasn't proud of it and I just shouldn't have sold it. It wasn't like it was terrible, like it was unwearable or anything like that. It just wasn't to my standards, and if I knew that, I shouldn't have sold it. Another mistake that I've made as a business owner is being a perfectionist. It sounds really, really like, what's wrong with that? Going back to my first point of mental health, it kind of really does take a toll on your mental health. I think delegating tasks for your brand can be beneficial once you start scaling. If you're just starting out, it might not be too bad to do everything yourself, but when you are getting up there in, selling out, or your order numbers and your profits, things like that, it can be beneficial to have help. Personally, I rather deal with like the social media side, and even the customer service side isn't too bad. But the physical labor, as far as like the fulfillment and all that stuff, that's not me. I don't like doing it anymore. I've done it for 7 months. I'm not too excited about it anymore, honestly. I did my fair share. That's why I got a fulfillment team. I'm delegating a task and I'm just letting someone else do it. I think that can really elevate your brand, because when you spread yourself so thin over everything, fulfilling, customer service, content, talking to manufacturers, all these different things, finances, like all these different things, you can kind of like not do well in one subject, if that makes sense. So also modeling. I personally don't want to keep being my only model for my brand. It was definitely very cost effective and convenient, just because I could wake up and be like, okay, I want to shoot for my brand today. But when I do get models, I will start locally in Atlanta, because it just makes more sense that way. It's just more convenient and also cost effective that way. But I do want to get into having different models, different skin tones, and different body types in my clothing. I think it's important to represent everybody and all the different people and the different looks and different shapes. I think it's super important, and that's what my brand kind of represents. So that's what I want to do. I want to do a photo shoot like that sometime in the fall. But yeah, delegating tasks was a mistake I made. I stressed myself out trying to do everything by myself. But I think the best thing I'm doing for my brand is, using other people to help me out. Manufacturers, picking the wrong manufacturer. This is probably, or staying with the wrong manufacturer, I'll say this. For me, I've been with the manufacturer. I switched manufacturers in the middle of the year, obviously. I think you can have multiple manufacturers, of course. I do for certain products, but like my main manufacturer, she always messed up on something, whether it was the quantity. Like if I asked for 50 gray sweats, sometimes I would receive 42, and I'm thinking, why am I receiving less? Granted, I didn't pay for 50, I paid for 42, but it still was irritating, because when I like detail my inventory and what I want. So I'll get on Excel spreadsheets, and I'll have the category, the color, the inseam size, and all of that on a little table, and I'll put exactly the amount I want and everything. And that's important, because I plan that out based on what I get the most ordered. That's important. So I need to make sure all of that is together. But my manufacturer that I previously had was kind of it felt like they were doing their own thing. I remember I put in a bulk order for jumpsuits that I was selling, and 26 of one color did not make the cut. That's a lot when you only get 200 of something. 26 is just cut, and I no longer have that to sell. That's money that I'm missing out on. That's money that I'm missing out on. That is so much that is just gone because you guys didn't have good quality. Like it just didn't make any sense. I thought I always had to settle for having a lesser quantity or bad quality because this manufacturer, I only had one. I took the risk and I found a new manufacturer, got a sample from them, and the quality was amazing, the best quality I've ever had in my brand. And I even got a lot of customers saying that as well. And it just was the best thing I've done for my brand. So honestly, don't be scared to change your manufacturer if you feel like you're not satisfied with this one. This one also never gave me any free samples. I never got any. I was giving them tens of thousands of dollars to make my stuff, and I still wasn't getting any kind of accountability, free samples, anything like that. So yeah, if it's not working, they're making your stuff. So really make sure that this is what you want and the quality is there and the price is there and all that. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I changed manufacturers. So I'm happy about that for sure. But that's a mistake I made, kind of just staying with them too long. I was really scared to switch, but I did it, and I'm really, really satisfied with my new ones. My next one is comparing, like I already said, with other brands. You don't want to compare yourself to other brands. You never know how long they've been a brand, what kind of connections they have. Just focus on your brand and what you got going on. There's nothing wrong with getting inspiration from other brands, but make sure that you're still doing your own thing and don't compare yourself to other people because it is literally not worth it. Focus on you. Simple as that. Focus on you and your brand. Don't compare your growth to other people's growth. A lot of things on the internet are not real, first and foremost. God has made a path for you and your brand, so just put trust and faith in that and let it just go. That's what I say. That is all the things I can think of right now. I might be missing some things, I hope not, but that's what I wrote down. I wrote down 9 different things. Some of them I can join together in the video, but hopefully it is enough for you guys to kind of get an insight. I'm still learning, I'm still making mistakes. Once I get 2, 3, 4, 5 years in, I'll be able to really let you guys know mistakes, because I know I'm gonna keep making mistakes and learning and growing from them. Yeah, if anything I want you guys to take away is the mental health aspect of this. For my mental health, I pray, I talk to God, I like to go outside in nature. I also like to take care of my physical health, because when I physically feel good, I mentally can feel better. But as I was saying, let me know if you guys want to see more of just my lifestyle and things like that. I did cook this, I made this really bomb vegan salad the other day. It was so good. I'm not a vegan. I just want to get that out there, because I know if y'all see me some chicken, don't be coming at me, but I'm just trying to have like a more healthier lifestyle. So that's pretty much what I'm going for right now. Gut friendly foods, because I don't know if you guys know, I had a colonoscopy last year and I'm fine, like nothing serious or nothing like that is going on, so that's great. But I do have sometimes some colon issues, and so just being mindful of what I'm putting in my body and all that stuff is super important to me. So let me know if you guys want to see just more of my lifestyle content and all that, or if you want to see more how-to videos. I don't mind making them. I don't want my channel to necessarily be like a how-to or all that. I do enjoy the more organic lifestyle vlogging content, because I feel like that's what I can be more comfortable with. But at the end of the day, you guys let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Just comment any questions or any comments or anything you guys want to see more of. You guys know the drill. I'm gonna try to reply to everybody. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.